Boom, guys, welcome to Foreclosures Fortunes. Listen to me. Lazy money don't make no money. On this episode, I'll tell you exactly how all these people look at all this. This is all paperwork on a pre-foreclosure that people sent letters, mails, all type of advertisement, plus sticky notes in that property. And guess what? We ended up getting it already closed on 4, got 4 in escrow. But this one, I thought it was a funny one, so I compiled all these letters that was sent by knuckleheads that are lazy, and we ended up getting the contract. You know why? Because we actually do the actual work, right? So welcome, guys. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, because I am. Just got back from the BP Con. If you was not there in Orlando, holy moly, you've missed out on networking. It was a great networking event. Let me see, guys. Let me make this public here on Facebook. I want to make sure. Listen, look at this. Look at this. This is all people that send these letters to a pre-foreclosure seller that we ended up getting under contract. All these letters. I'm going to read you some of these and tell you what not to do when you're going after pre-foreclosures. Lazy money don't make no money. Let me know in the comments what you're currently working on. Where's this? Boom. Let me put this public first so we can have more people come in here and hang out with us. Boom, boom, boom. Give me one sec. How do I put this to meta verified? Gosh dang. Next video. I honestly don't know why Facebook always put me on private. It is annoying as hell. How do I do this? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to put the live public on Facebook. Give me one sec. I'm gonna try it on the phone. So every single time I go live, I have to do this. And it's so annoying. It's not even funny. So annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Can anybody tell me in the comments, when you do live, does Facebook do that to you as well? When you go live, when you're supposed to go on Facebook Live as well? What up, Mr. Jim? What up, Mr. Jim? So, guys, look at this, man. We're going to go over all these letters that these knuckleheads sent to a pre-foreclosure seller that we got under contract on, already closed on the deal. But look at all these letters. It's about how many of them? Almost like a dozen of them. Knuckleheads. Lazy money don't make no money, man. Oh my gosh. And you guys should start learning with people that are actually doing deals, because most of you are learning from people that are not doing deals and just talking about it. How do I go? Gosh dang. How do I make this public? Okay, oh. Guys, let me know if you were at the BP Con this weekend. How many contacts did you get in Orlando? I just got back yesterday. It was fantastic for networking for sure. Let me see. Where do I go? Privacy. Yes, sir. Lazy money don't make no money. All right, guys, let's get into it. As you guys know, since I moved to Atlanta, I can't put it on Facebook. So please, if you are on Facebook, invite people to join on YouTube. I'm gonna try to fix this later. But yes, absolutely, bro. Lazy money make absolutely no money. And here is what I mean by lazy money, right? There's a lot of people that are looking to get their first, second, or third deal. And what they're looking to do is they're looking for the shortcut. There's no such thing as a shortcut. There's no list. I don't care what you go after. I don't care if it's high equity. I don't care if it's low equity. I don't care if it's pre-foreclosures. You will absolutely have to do the work. See, the business we do is really simple. The business is simple, but it's not easy. There is no list. There is no motivated sellers list that will save you from actually doing the work. So since I moved to Atlanta, as you guys know, I started doing workshop every single Saturday. It is a workshop where we focus on creative finance, but more importantly on pre-foreclosures. And one of the things that everybody that is coming there is doing is door knocking pre-foreclosures, and we're absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Okay. So right now we have about 4 deals in escrow and 4 deals closed, I think just last week, right? While we were at Orlando at BPCon this last 2 days, I think we went there before yesterday, came back yesterday, guys. By the time we came back, Steve and Andrew, who are my guys that I do deals with in the boom, that comes at the workshop as well. We already negotiated deals while we're at the BPCon, all pre-foreclosures that was already door knocked, and just followed up with the sellers, and those are about to get locked up actually today. Today, right? You have a couple of buy and holds. I think 3 of them is buy and holds, and 1 of them would probably be a flip, or at least a cash deal, right? So look at this, guys. So we walk into a property where the seller was already door knocked on here in Atlanta, and these I'm not going to give you guys the people's names that sent these letters, but these are letters from not only attorneys but wholesalers that are mailing the seller and saying, hey, we can stop the auction, we can do this, do that. Guess where we found this? Next to the trash can. Next to the trash can, all of them. Look at the first one here. Says, dear, Mrs. Seller, my name is X, Y, and Z X, Y, and Z Solutions. My husband and I are real estate investors. By the way, first of all, the handwriting sucks. Your handwriting sucks. I'm not going to give you a name here. I don't know who you are, but your handwriting sucks, by the way. Why would the seller read this, right? Interest. So, my husband and I are real estate investors in your area. Our research indicates that your home is scheduled for a foreclosure on blase blaza. It's hard to read. You can't even read this stuff. Forget about it. The second letter seems like this is from an agency. We are local housing counseling agency. That's what it starts with. That helping families stay in their home regardless of a foreclosure sale date. County records indicates that blah 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 blah. Time is not on your side. Blah blah. Like this is. I look at this letter. If I was this seller, I'd be like the seller. The letter is scary. The letter is absolutely scary. It seems like almost like a debt collector. It doesn't seem like this is somebody who's trying to help. Why would they reach out to you? And if I had a law office. If I had a law office, attorneys sucks at marketing. Most attorneys really sucks at marketing. Why don't you have somebody that you pay to do a door-to-door and get in touch with these sellers? Now, mind you guys, the people that come to my workshop, the newbies, they're not only doing door knocking. We're absolutely crushing it here in Atlanta, by the way. Hands down, if you're not coming to my workshop in Atlanta every single Saturday, you're missing out, right? This is weekly, every single Saturday. But from Monday to Friday, these people are doing the work. But it's not just the door knocking, but the face-to-face. People on these specific leads, anybody that is not lazy enough to do the face-to-face will beat you every single time. Now, there is a process to it. Once you door knock them, guess what? You don't just door knock them and then lock them up at the door. There is a step-by-step follow-up process. This is what you learn when you show up at the workshop. The reason I'm not yet doing this virtually is because most of you are content junkies, information junkies. You do not take action. Lazy money makes no money. That's why we're crushing it, because we're not lazy. By the way, I hope you stay lazy. I don't care. It's more deals for us. I hope you stay lazy. That's number one. Number two, in this property, not only with all these mail, not only that, you had like bunch of sticky notes in all these houses from other investors that door knocked. And you know why they didn't get the contracts and we got them? Because they showed the seller that they don't care. Hey, I need you to get out at this date. I need your tenant to get out at this date. I need the property vacant before we close. Blah. People are, who you learning from? Start learning from people that are actually doing deals, that have HUDs to show you that they're actually closing deals. Most people you're learning from are not even doing deals, right? There is no shortcut, man. Let me see. Jim says we're heading out now to Kigley, meet up a power touring. Love it, bro. Love it, man. Mr. Jim, if you got some private lenders there, hit me up. Just kidding, bro. Love it, love it. So you see, These letters, I read all of them. So some of them are attorneys, some of them are wholesalers. Like, but every letter, look at like this one. This is an attorney. This says something law. I'm not gonna give the names here so I don't get sued. But it says the title is stopping foreclosure. Your home will be foreclosed upon by calling this number, blah blah blah. Your mortgage company is foreclosing on your home at X date, just a few weeks from now. Your home has equity. If you wish to save your home or just need additional development, come on. Why would the seller call you? You will lose. Oh man, you will lose every single time. If I had a law office, I would have a door knocker to go face to face, meet with this family, show them that we care, and then have the follow-up process with that, right? Look at this one. The title of this one right here is King. Stop the foreclosure with Chapter 13. That's the title. Huh? What are you talking about? You may be able to start your case for as little as $78. Now, we all know that attorneys charge way more than that to help homeowners stop an auction. Plus, they take too long. So, again, lazy money don't make no money. We're absolutely crushing it because by the time you send in all this crap, we're already in the face of the seller, showing them that we care and we're there for them. We will help out. We'll help them relocate. We'll give them the time they need. And we actually know what we're doing. And we're real. We're here. We're standing here, right? Look at this. This next one is funny. We can stop the sale for as little as $118. This is another attorney law office, I guess. Let me see. Yes, this is another attorney law office. So this one right here says $78. This one says 118. On average, they charge sellers between $2,500 to $3,000 to help them stop an auction, which they can't even. If a seller is about to lose their home and the auction is tomorrow, right, or the day before, which is most sellers that we work with on pre-foreclosures, they procrastinate, right? Even when they want to work with you, they still procrastinate up to the last minute. So these attorneys, they need more than 2 days or 1 day to stop the auction. So first and foremost, they're BSing. You have this one here. This one says, literally the title is New Loan Modification Guidelines are now available. The seller didn't read your shit. Lazy money don't make no money. That's the word of the day. And do not steal it from me to tell it to. Look at this one. This one is a realtor. Ooh, let's see if this realtor was creative. Lose your home to foreclosure. Guys, let me show you why lazy money don't make no money. Okay, there is a property here that we close, and actually I'll show you guys later when I'm done reading the letters. Actually, brand new home. Listen, look at this. This realtor says, losing your home to foreclosure with an exclamation mark. If so, please call before you decide to move out. This realtor says, a short sale is a workout program that allows the customer to sell their home for less than the total amount owed. Upon final approval, a short sale can help homeowners avoid further collection activity or foreclosure auction. I guarantee you that the realtor that sent this letter probably took off on weekend on Thursday instead of going and door knocking this. Yo, keep being lazy. We'll just get all the deals. Just keep being lazy. I love your lazy people. Look at this one. This is another realtor as well. My name is X, Y, and Z. My name is Lazy, basically. That's all I see here. With Principal X, Y, and Z Solutions. My wife and I are local investors who help families who maybe have missed some mortgage payments. Our research shows that your home at 123 Main Street scheduled for a foreclosure sale on blah, blah, blah. And the auction date, this realtor put it with flames designs. I cannot show you guys this because I don't want to show the names. This is fun. You lazy people are funny as hell. We understand that times are tough and we're ready to help you right now. Let us help you avoid the pain of foreclosure. You see, one thing that a seller cannot feel with your lazy letters is your tonality. Are you sincere? Are you not sincere? Do you really care about their pain? They don't know. How can they feel that emotion with a letter if that's the only thing you send to them and it was right next to the trash? Plus, you put flames on your letter, like you designed it with flames. What have you smoked? What pot? Come on. This is another law office. Anyway, you guys get the point. All this junk, all these letters right here is bunch of people, lazy people. The attorneys are lazy, and the real estate investors are lazy to send one letter. They don't even follow up with a phone call, a text message, nothing. No follow-up process. But guess what? On pre-foreclosures, even though the sellers are already motivated prior to you calling them, that doesn't mean they will just take their keys and hand it over to you. So if somebody is willing to do that face contact with the seller and they actually really do care about the seller's situation, because remember, we're problem solvers. The result, we get a property by a result of us solving a problem, which typically that problem is always in their private life, not necessarily just on the property. And so most of these properties, I'll show you guys one right now. Let me share my screen and show you guys. Boom, 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 boom. Let me show you guys right here. Look at this property. We close on this one, brand new short. This is one of like 3 or 5 others that we just closed with 4 others in escrow. But this one right here is because when we talk to the seller, there is another knucklehead, super lazy, probably learned from somebody who's not doing deals and didn't teach them how to pitch properly at the door, went in and literally the seller's kid came to the door and he told the seller's kid that the seller is in pre-foreclosure. Like, are you, gosh dang, look at this. Let me show you guys, boom, boom, boom. Look at this one, right? Look at this property right here, okay? Look at this. Brand new, completely already furnished, that was actually performing as a STR already, okay? Let me see. I hope I can. Okay, there you go. Boom. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Let me try to zoom in. I hope you guys can see this. Brand new, exactly like this. Fully furnished. Look at this. Right? Zoom in a little bit. Okay. Let me see. I hope you guys can see this. This is in Snellville, Georgia. Look at this property. Brand new. At least 2 or 3 people already door knocked, left sticky notes. One of them, I don't know where he's learning to talk to pre-foreclosure sellers. Definitely not from me, because if it was from me, he would have the contract right now. The seller's son come out of the door and you tell the son they're about to lose their home. Who's your when is the last time the person you're learning from done a deal or closed a seller? Like, I'm just curious, right? Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this tile. Look at this beautiful tile. This is a brand new STR that was already performing before. We're not going to do Airbnb on this. We're going to do midterm. This is already closed, by the way. We already own this. So I don't even care if you have the address. Look at this. The seller went all in. I wouldn't mind having the seller design our next STR. Like, she went all in. Look at all this. We bought it just like this, the way you're seeing it right now. While your letters were in the trash. Lazy money don't make no money. But stay lazy so we can get all the money. That's fine. Look at his backyard, right? This is all add-ons that they did. Look at that. That's that handsome mama dude just walking through. You already know. We might do a little power wash right there. Anyway, you get the point. You absolutely get the point. Guys, listen. Listen to me. Pre-foreclosures is a recession-proof strategy. You can do it in any market, but it doesn't mean you don't have to know what you're doing, and it doesn't mean you can just send a mail and sit on your couch and watch Netflix all day and you'll get a deal. You gotta have a process in this, right? Now remember, most of these people, they have debt collectors hammering their phones. So guess what they do? They disconnect their numbers. So if you can do the face-to-face first, if you're not lazy, the only thing I'm gonna say is this: if you're in the state, if you're local in the state, which I was before I moved to Atlanta and started our workshop, I was in Maryland, right? So if you're in a state where some of these sellers, some of these blue states, what happens is a seller can be in pre-foreclosure since 2012 and they still haven't gotten foreclosed on. So for the seller, there is no sense of urgency because they know that it's gonna take a long time for the lender to foreclose on them. I went to BPCon this weekend. I met two ladies that are actually having that issue with their pre-foreclosure strategy in Central Florida. They're having a hard time convincing the sellers to let them help them. You know why? Because they don't have a sense of urgency. You talk to a seller that have been in pre-foreclosure since 2016 and they still haven't gotten foreclosed on. You want to focus on states where the foreclosure is a little bit more aggressive, typically on average 90 days if you're local in that area. Now, if you're not local in that area, if it's like 45-minute drive, guess what? Make the drive. Once you door knock, now you need to learn the other steps, which if you come into my trainings, you will know the next steps. There's multiple different steps for the sellers that are not in the house. Maybe the house is vacant. Maybe even though you door knock them, they ghosted a little bit, whatever the case may be, there is other steps to get hold of them, get hold of the families, the follow-up process. All of that is a whole different conversations that the people that are coming to my workshop every single Saturday are getting. But if you're in a state where like it takes too long to foreclose on sellers, maybe it's not a good fit to door knock in that state because the sellers have zero sense of urgency. What I did is when I used to live in Maryland, I'm doing deals virtually in states like Texas, Atlanta here. I've wholesaled a lot of deals here, right? How am I doing that? I focus on being so good at talking to the sellers, being so good at talking to the banks. So I focus on becoming a great closer, and by default, the wholesalers that are doing the door knocking in Texas, guess who they reach out to help them close the sellers? Me. You gotta do something. You can't just be sitting and watching Netflix and hoping you're gonna get deals. Not only that, if you're in a state where this works, you have to be so consistent to have a business. Otherwise, you're gonna do one deal today and then you don't do any other deals for 6 months. So you make 10 grand. 10 grand is not money. And then you run out of money because you go back to your lazy default, watching Netflix just because you just made 10 grand. So guys, make sure you're learning from the right people. That's number one. Number two, if you're doing direct mail to these sellers, you need to add something a little bit more. Like direct mail may be, you getting in from the front door. Now you gotta try the window, the back door, whatever. Like you have to hit these people in multiple different angles. This is why even when you door knock them, you don't just do the door knocking. You have to follow up with calls, texts, and consistently follow up with them until they're ready to make that decision. Now, in states where the foreclosure is aggressive, typically, on average, if you're going after leads that have an auction coming up within the next 4 weeks, you get them under contract the week before the auction. That's when their motivation is high. But guess who they work with? They work with the people that they feel like, you know what, this person knows what they're doing. I've talked with them, I maybe met them, they're super genuine, they do care about my situation, they will help me, and I am confident because they sound confident that they will do as they say. And how many pre-foreclosures recently we've seen from agents and wholesalers that the seller lost their property at auction because this wholesaler or the agent had no clue what they're doing and they're learning from the wrong people. And they're lazy too. They don't know how to comp. They lock it up too high. They don't reach out to somebody who knows how to comp. Why? Because they rather have 100% of zero than 50% of something. Right? So the word of the day on the foreclosure fortunes, we're going to do a lot of episodes like this. I'm going to have my guy Andrew and Steve, absolute killers. We're going to do this consistently and show you guys what we're working on and talk about pre-foreclosures and talk about door knocking and talk about how, if you're not lazy, man, what I love about door knocking, guys, there's so much less competition because most people don't have the heart nor the motivation to get out of their couch, stop watching Netflix, shut down the porn, and go and door knock these doors and follow up with these sellers and really care about helping the sellers. And by extension, by results, get a check. Some people do it for 2 days and then give up, which I do love. Like I said, you can stay lazy. We'll make all the money, not a problem at all. Okay. So all this junk mail that you're sending right here, you need to follow it up with some action. Did you call the seller? Did you text them? Since you didn't get a response from the seller with that direct mail, did you try to go to the door and door knock them since you didn't get a response on this? No, you did not. That's why we have the contract and you don't. because you're trying to get lazy money. You're trying to get lucky. Good luck to be lucky. All right. So you gotta have the boom. You gotta have the boom mentality when you're trying to make money with these pre-foreclosures. It doesn't matter low equity, not. But I love pre-foreclosures specifically because, guys, as far as like having a lot of sales background and knowing how to negotiate and finesse, you don't need a lot of that when you first started with pre-foreclosures, because these sellers are already technically motivated before you call them. You just have to be resourceful. But one thing you cannot cheat on is really caring about this seller situation, right? Um, love it, Mr. Jeffrey. Right? Let me see. Let me see if there is any question. Jim says he's going to. Nice. Lazy money don't make no money stealing that one, sir. Bro, if you steal that one, you owe me the right. You owe me a Starbucks at least. You know. Let me see. So, guys, it doesn't matter what you're going after. You need to know. You gotta have some. You need to know what you're doing. Learn from the right people. I've seen so many newbies learning from the wrong people that are not doing deals. They're not doing deals. They're giving you a theory. They don't know how to negotiate with the banks. They don't know how to stop an auction properly. They don't know how to fill out loan mods paperwork properly, right? It's like, don't try to wing this stuff. So if you're in a state where it's so tough to get these deals because the foreclosure process takes too long, guess what? Then work on being a great closer. Reach out to newbies, which is how I built my momentum. Reach out to newbies and help them lock up their sellers. You gotta do something. You gotta do something, right? If you're in a state where you can door knock and you want to go full time into this, now if you have a 9 to 5, I already made a video where I'm explaining if I had a 9 to 5, what I would do. This is specifically for the people that are full time, trying to do this full time, and they really want to go all in. They have the time, but guess what? They're not doing is utilizing the time to actually do the work. They're doing 1 hour work a day, and then the rest, that's it. And they're hiding behind text messages or direct mail like this because they're avoiding the direct contact. They're avoiding to talk to the sellers, and they're not learning from the right people. Okay, so you gotta have the boom mentality, which, if you don't know what the boom stands for, the B is for bold, the O is for obsessed. So you gotta be bold, build your confidence up on the phone, man. You need to sound like you know what you're talking about. The role plays, I see so many people, they don't even role play. Can you imagine if Mike Tyson was just going in the ring and boxing without training with his coach? How would he win anything? This is the same thing in sales. I see so many people trying to do this. They don't even role play. Guys, we role play from Monday to Friday in the morning. You got to role play. How do I talk to these sellers? Objection overcoming. Why aren't you role playing? And role playing is not just one day out of the week if you're really serious about it. If you're not, like I said, just stay lazy. We'll make all the money, right? So you got to be bold. And in order for you to be bold, you have to have confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, it really doesn't matter. The O is for obsessed. You got to be obsessed with this. If you really want it, if you really, really want it, you have to be obsessed with this. You have to eat it, have it in the morning for breakfast. You got to be talking about this consistently. You have to be obsessed. Like, this is the only thing that should occupy your mind. Not Netflix, not the porn. Put it down. Okay, so you got to be obsessed. The other O is for ongoing. You have to be willing to learn. You have to humble yourself if you don't know and learn from somebody who knows. Put the ego on the side and stop. Even Einstein cannot help you. Stop wanting and preferring 100% of zero than 50% of something, because nobody will give you the time consistently just for free. People have shit to do. And the last M is for mindset, because the right mindset equals money. If you don't have mindset, you're not going anywhere. I don't care if you want to do real estate, crypto, you want to become an engineer, it really doesn't matter. If you don't change the way you think. What I mean is, let's say you're going after pre-foreclosures. And right now, which I've been there. I used to do Uber and Lyft. I was living in my brother's basement while doing this, okay? So I understand what it feels like to be like, you know what? I need money for my next rent. But I had to brainwash myself and go, you know what? I will help a seller even if I'm barely making any money, because they're really going through so much life challenges. You have to understand, when you're going after pre-foreclosures, you're almost like a non-licensed therapist. Really, you're almost like a non-licensed therapist. So you have to care about these people's situation. Like this property here, where this knucklehead went and told the son at the door that that the person is in pre-foreclosure, number one, he didn't even know that son is the tenant's son, not even the seller. He didn't know all the challenges the seller is going through, the anxiety, right? The pride that get hit when people lose their jobs and now they cannot afford it. Doesn't matter, whatever the case may be. Now you have the tenant that need to try to find a new place because they have a property where they're renting. Where is their kids gonna go? Like, you see, so I had to brainwash myself and be like, you know what? Even though I am desperate to get a deal and I need to pay my rent, let me be more in service and find what these people are really going through and help them with their problem. And by extension, I will get a check by default. So let me get paid by being in service of these sellers. In service, I'm a problem solver first. So, and I genuinely, truly care about their problem. I do try to help them get the solution to their problem. If they need relocation, I do get involved to help them get their new next property. I do advise them on certain things. Like, I don't, if you talk to anybody that I train at my workshop, they will tell you, anybody that followed me on a face-to-face seller's appointment, they will tell you, when I get inside the property, I don't walk the property. I'm not interested in walking the property. I can do that any day. I focus on sitting down or standing in the kitchen, wherever the case may be, and talking to the seller. Talking to the seller. If that doesn't work, if it's not seller occupied, ask anybody, they will tell you. I always ask them, hey, let's set up a Zoom or a phone call with the seller. I want to talk to them. I'll take 1 hour, 2 hours to talk to them, understand the situation, sympathize, show them that I care, show them that I am here to help, guide them through the potential solutions. Always put myself as a plan B and tell them, if you have a plan A, it's perfectly fine for you to try it. If it doesn't work, I'll still be here. And I actually mean it. Don't if you can only fake so long. You can fake people, you cannot fake the universe. You can't just keep going around scamming people or lying and think you're going to just mindset. You got to change this, the way you think about things. So start by thinking, how can I help people? And by result, my rent and my mortgage and all this stuff will be taken care of by me doing so. But you know, one thing you cannot save yourself of is the work. The work works. The work works. Lazy money don't make no money. If you're somebody who's serious about this and you haven't even found a deal yet, or you're not consistently doing deals, but you have time on Sunday to sit down and watch a football game, like, stop lying to yourself. Just stay lazy, which is fine. We're going to make all the money. But again, guys, see you guys next week. Hope you guys crush your week. If you're down in Atlanta, pull up. We're back. Have a plan and trade that plan. Exactly, brother. This Saturday, we're back at it for the workshop. We will be there. My workshop is like the mosque or the church. We'll always be there. I plan no stopping this. Okay. So if you're local in Atlanta or surrounding areas, come on, DM me. I'll send you the flyer with the address. You can come Saturday. We do it from 11 a.m. No, actually from 11:30 now. We're doing it because, you know, people take time to come, but from 11:30 all the way to 5 p.m. sometimes. So you can come anytime. There is no punching the clock. Come with your questions, come with your leads, whatever the case may be. Come change your mindset. Come meet people that are actually doing deals, and most importantly, come and learn from somebody who's doing deals. Come and learn from somebody who's doing deals. Until next time, stay bold and be bold, and keep that boom effect in your life. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll see you all next time.